again, it's me, X. I was talking the other day about terminology and I mentioned bug-out bags. Today I have two examples of what I would call a bug-out bag. A bug-out bag could be simple as a child's backpack. It could be a hiking backpack. It could be, in my case, a military surplus backpack that I carry. It could be an Alice pack, like the Vietnam War and such. It could be something like that. The first bug-out bag I'm going to show you is something I would suggest for a child, because you're going to want to have 3 days worth of supplies in a bug-out bag. At least 3 days. You're going to want to have food, water, shelter, fire, not fire burning like a burning stick or something, but you're going to want to have a way to make fire. You're going to want to have shelter, a tent, a tarp or something like that. You're going to want to have water. It could be a 2-liter water, it could be a gallon of water, it could be water tablets, it could be a water bladder like I carry, which I got reviews on that coming. Could be a water filter, which I have water filters I'm going to do reviews on as well. But you're going to want to have water, fire, shelter, and food. Okay? You're also going to want to have a weapon or something. A way to defend yourself. You're going to want to have like a knife or something. You're going to have clothing. Please keep in mind ounces equals pounds. Ounces add up to pounds. This is what I'm going to show you. This is the first bug-out bag. This is just basically a East Sport. This is not a sponsored video. This is a bag I bought. It's an East Sport. It's got your little straps in the back here. It's got your belt for the chest, for your waist. It's got a little handle you can carry it. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zippers on it that you can put stuff in. It's got pockets on the sides. Put your little canteen or a bottle in there or something. This would be what I would say start out with, so what you can fit in it. But I'm betting you're going to run out of rooms really quick. Now, I mentioned clothes in the bug-out bag. You're going to want to have at least one change of clothes and a pair of shoes. My thinking behind this is you're out, you're going to be gone for at least 3 days. You're going to get nasty, you're going to get dirty, it might rain, you might get wet. You're going to want to have dry clothes, you're going to want to have dry socks, you're going to want to have dry underwear, you're going to want to have shoes, comfortable shoes. Your shoes might get wet. In Katrina, my boots were wet, I didn't want to wear them, but I had no choice. You're going to want dry shoes, dry socks, dry clothes. Food could be something as simple as ramen noodles. Could be rice and beans. Could be Spam. Could be canned food like tuna or raviolis or SpaghettiOs or something like that. Fire. You're going to want fire. You're going to want, more than likely, a disposable cigarette lighter. The only trouble with them is they get wet, they don't want to light. Myself, I carry a disposable cigarette lighter, I carry a Zippo lighter, I carry waterproof matches, which I'll show a video on how to make waterproof matches yourself at home. I carry a ferrocerium rod and magnesium block. I carry a pump drill that I can make friction fire with. I'll show a video on that. It's really easy to make a pump drill. All I have got in it is dowel rod, a piece of wood, a length of paracord, and a lawnmower wheel. I made a pump drill. I can make friction fire. It's easier than sitting there trying to rub 2 sticks together or do the bow drill method, something like that. a lot quicker, a lot easier. You're going to want to have char cloth. Char cloth is easy to make. What I do is if I have jeans that wear out, I'll take the jeans and I'll cut them up into little patches, put them in a container, poke a hole on top of the container, throw it in the oven and bake it. What this does, it turns the cotton in the jeans into, it chars it, it doesn't burn it, so I can start a fire with that really easy. Really helpful with the pump drill and your ferricium rod. Let's see what else. Water, you're going to want water. You're going to want your water tablets, water filter, something like that. Shelter, you're going to want shelter. You're going to have like a tent or a tarp or something. I've got a small tent. It's a 3-man tent. It says 3-man on it. You would have to be really close friends to have 3 people in this tent. It would be enough room for me and probably my bug-out bag, which is a lot bigger. I'll probably not be able to get the whole thing in the shot here, so if I can't, I'll put a picture on here, up here somewhere, probably over in here. Be a nice area for it, of what I carry. Right now my bag is pretty much empty. I am converting it over from winter time to spring, summertime. And yes, you want to take and change your bag with the seasons, your clothes in it, your food. You want to rotate your food out. You don't want to leave it in there. You're not going to want to be running around with thermal underwear on in the middle of summer, unless you're living in like Antarctica or somewhere. So you got to rotate your bag, make sure you have seasonal clothes in there, make sure your food's good, check everything, make sure mice or anything haven't been into it. But that's this one here. This is the East Sport little backpack. Now I'll get mine out. Mine's a little bit bigger, so I can carry a little bit more stuff in mine. In mine, I generally have a gas mask with filters. I have a water bladder. I carry these little dudes, little chem lights. Carry a bunch of little chem lights in here. Great way to light something up. No batteries, no heat, no nothing. That's another thing you're going to want in your bag. You're going to want some kind of light. You're going to want a flashlight or something. I would recommend chem lights, or see about getting a little cheap crank flashlight or one of the little shake lights, so you don't have to have batteries, because batteries is going to add more ounces to your bag, and as we know, ounces equal pounds. Before I move on to my bug-out bag, I want to talk to you about the rule of 3. Okay, you can go 3 minutes without oxygen, 3 hours without shelter, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. I believe that's right. If it's not right, I'll make a correction and I'll put it up here again. My philosophy on prepping, a lot of people say 2 is 1, 1 is none. Me, I want 3 or 4. Because I'm thinking if push comes to shove, I can use some of my items to barter with or trade. Myself in my bag, I'm going to carry a lot more than 3 days worth of food, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to probably carry 5 or 6 days worth of food. I got water filters. I can make all the water I want, up to like, I believe, 10,000 gallons with my filter. I also have water tablets. As you know, I've got multiple ways to do fire, shelter. I've got a tent. I've got tarps I carry. The tarps, I figure I can I got two tarps I carry. One's a blue tarp, one's a camouflage tarp. I figure the tarps, the blue one, I can lay it down and put pine needles on top of the tarp, and then fold the top of the tarp over it, like a burrito almost, or an omelet, and put my tent on top of it. Anybody who's been camping knows you're going to find a rock when you go to sleep. You go to lay down. This way it'll give me a little cushion off the ground, hold a little more heat, keep the ground from sucking the heat away from me, because the ground will draw the heat out of you quick. The camouflage tarp, I can use it as a tent, or I can use it as a rain fly to the top of my tent, in addition to the regular fly that comes with my tent. This will also help me stay a little bit more hidden if I'm in the woods. This will also help hold some heat back onto me, then give me some shade. This will also keep, if I'm out and it's snowing, it'll keep the snow off of me. Another thing I didn't mention you're going to want in your bag, you're going to want like a tarp, or not a tarp, a sleeping bag. Sorry, I was having a brain fart there for a second. A sleeping bag of some type. Check the sleeping bag, see what temperatures it's good to. Mine, I think, is good to 32 above zero. It is what it is. It's better than nothing. Okay, without any further ado, I will show you my bug-out bag. Keep in mind, this is a big bag. There it is. As you can see, I've got a lid on top here. That it does come off when it's open. There is storage in it. On the top here, there's storage up here. I got storage inside. Got storage on the sides here. On the front here, I got a flap. Stick my hand behind there. Maybe. And here, I can put a water bladder. I've got another. Pockets on the sides where I can put items. And I've got medical supplies on that side. Kitchen lights, like I said. This one does have the hip straps, and it has the chest strap. Find it here. Now, got your chest strap. Pass it across the other side. Got plenty of molly webbing here. I can put items on there, hang stuff off of it if I want. That bag will take 150 pounds, up to 150 pounds weight. I usually carry anywhere between 50 and 75. Yes, that sounds like a lot, and that is a lot. That is a whole lot to carry on your back. But once you get the hip belt strapped and fastened, and you get the chest strap on, you don't even feel it. It is like it becomes part of you. It's that comfortable and that easy. I do have a bag that goes inside of my bag. It's a radio pouch. It's where I store my food. The good thing about the ILBE is in the center there's a dividing flap. You can divide the top from the bottom. So on the bottom I'm going to put the things I really don't need a lot, like clothes. I'm going to strap my tent on the bottom of it. The top, I'll have my back or my duffel bag, sleeping bag. Sorry, it's too early here. I have a sleeping bag on the top. I'll have my weapon on me where I can get at it. which would be my primary weapon, would be my AR-15, my 9mm pistol. One of them would be on my hip. I really wouldn't be able to have access to it unless I used my drop leg holster. I would have magazines in there on the sides, where I could reach around beside me and grab a magazine. There is a plastic sheet in the back of it that makes it stiffer. I started out with one of the Little East sport backpacks, and I outgrew it very, very rapidly with gear I needed, things I would want and need. So I would recommend trying a little backpack, because if you have children, you can always give it to one of the children to use. Include them in the prepping. Get them used to it. Prepping does not have to be scary to the little ones. I think I'm going to wrap this video up. This is your host X. This is your host X reminding you, stay safe, stay healthy, stay prepared. Goodbye.